Today on Lucky Dog, a spaniel mix used to life on the streets
They said it was living behind a convenience store for quite some time.
gets a chance at joining a family. But he'll have to face some unusual challenges before Brandon can determine
Sparky!
if it's the right fit.
I work at a wildlife educational facility.
Do you ever bring any of these animals home?
Yeah, occasionally we have to.
And the question in my mind is, how is Sparky going to be around these animals?
I'm Brandon McMillan, and I've dedicated my life to saving the lonely, unwanted dogs that are living without hope. My mission is to make sure these amazing animals find a purpose, a family, and a place to call home. Today, one dog will be saved, and one family will have a new best friend. This is Lucky Dog.
Presented by Cosequin Joint Health Supplements.
Buster, come here! There you go, good boy, come here!
Brandon has taken Buster, a young Whippet mix, to the park for exercise. Whippets are an incredibly fast breed and can reach speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. Giving them space to run and play helps them burn off their energy.
Good boy, there you go. There you go, good boy.
Buster reaches the finish line just in time, as Brandon receives a text about another dog who needs his help.
Hi, buddy. That's enough for the day, come on. We gotta go. Come on, this is coming too. Let's go. I just got a text from the shelter about a 1.5-year-old spaniel mix they picked up on the streets as a stray. They said it was living behind a convenience store with another dog for quite some time. Well, fast forward to a few weeks later, and the dog that was picked up with this dog got adopted, leaving this dog in a kennel all alone. And now his time has basically run out, so I'm gonna get down there and see what I can do for him.
Is that you? Is that you? I can tell it is. I know it's you right away. It looks like someone took a border collie and just shrunk you. Oh, look at you. Oh yeah, you're sweet. And you're soft. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
If you let me in there, I'll give you plenty more of those.
Despite being used to a life on the streets, 1.5-year-old Sparky doesn't shy away from affection.
Come here, let's get acquainted. Here, you can hop up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there we go. There's one thing for sure I can tell right now. You like being in a lap. Just for that, here's your ticket out of here. Come on. Next step in the process, open the door and guess what that means? That means freedom.
Sparky's days of being homeless are over. Back at the ranch,
You ready? Perfect fit.
Sparky officially becomes a lucky dog in training.
Let's go meet the pack. Come on. Morning, everyone. All right, let him in, make room. Make him feel welcome. Come here. All right, go on. Make friends. You're gonna like it here. Welcome to the Lucky Dog Ranch.
Sparky takes some time to explore his new environment, and then he's off and running. He's ready to leave his past behind and find a forever home. And there's one family that springs to Brandon's mind, the Behar family of Winnetka, California.
I'm Jed. I'm married to Alisa, and we've got 2 beautiful children, Chloe, who's 5 years old, Nathan, who's 2 years old. I'm a vice president of product for a prominent online wedding planning service.
I work at a wildlife educational facility where we train students to work with wildlife, and these animals come from places where they couldn't be released back into the wild.
They're a very active family and would love to include a dog in everything they do.
We like to travel a lot. We go to the mountains, we go to the desert, we go to the beach.
I love going on runs. I run marathons. I'd like to have a running buddy on my shorter runs.
Both Jed and Alisa had dogs growing up, and they'd like their children to have the same experience.
There's definitely a special bond between a child and his dog. I definitely had it growing up with my pets, and I want my son and my daughter to have that special bond.
Before Brandon can determine if Sparky is the right match for the Behar family, he'll have to do an assessment.
Today I'll be doing Sparky's assessment of his knowledge of the 7 common commands, which are sit, stay, down, come, off, heel, and no. Do you sit? Can you sit? Do you know how to sit? Do you know a no? No, leave it, leave it. Yeah, you don't know that. Do you know a down? Do you go down? Do you know anything that I'm telling you to do? Do you come? Do you come? Was that a real come, or is that just like, yeah, you want to be near me because I got these things? Do you know an off? Do you go off? And then we heel. There we go, not bad. Do you heel? You know what? I don't know if you know it, but you got a really good foundation. I'll take it. But the most interesting part of the assessment was when I asked him to stay. Stay. He stayed perfectly. Stay. This one got me thinking, how does a dog not know any of these things, but he has a perfect stay? Especially given the fact that he was a stray for a long time. Regardless of how he learned it, he does know it, so at least he has that.
Coming up, Brandon sits down with Sparky's potential family.
And then she threw a curveball at me that could potentially be a deal breaker.
We've had everything from coyotes, foxes, reptiles, definitely runs the gamut of what could show up at our house at any moment.
Here's a health and wellness tip from Cosequin Joint Health Supplements. Taking your dog hiking can be a fun and healthy way to enjoy the great outdoors. But if you're planning to hit the trails with your pet, it's important to be prepared. First, make sure that your dog is up to date on all vaccinations as well as flea and tick medications. Next, avoid hiking during excessively hot days. Finally, always have fresh water on hand to keep your dog properly hydrated.
See that? It's very simple.
1.5-year-old Sparky has been a tough nut to crack. So Brandon is using the grab and slide method to teach him the down command. And slowly and steadily, it seems to be paying off.
Same thing. Down, all the way.
Soon, this headstrong pooch is learning to play along. And with continued coaxing, he starts to go down on his own.
Give me a down. All the way. Perfect. Good. Nice. Good. That's a down. That's a down. Nice.
With Sparky making good progress, Brandon heads to Winnetka to meet the Behar family.
Oh, hey, Brandon.
Hey.
Come on in.
Today I'll be doing a home visit with Alisa and Jed to see if they're a good match for Sparky. We sit down and start talking, and the first thing they tell me is they both grew up with dogs. They love them, but they haven't had them in a long time because, as the saying goes, life happens. They had kids, careers, you name it, and they think it's about time. What kind of dog do you see yourself with now?
I'd like a medium-sized dog. The breed doesn't really matter to me as much as personality. Something that size-wise won't knock my kids over.
You know, a dog that can also take a little bit too heavy a petting or, you know, playing.
Yeah, we have a 2-year-old that loves dogs, but is still learning the word gentle.
Toddlers can often be unpredictable, and I have to make sure that Sparky is a dog that does not react to unpredictable movements. What about activities or hobbies? What do you all do as a family?
We like to play at the park. I've got a little recreational drone I like to fly around. The kids like to watch that.
We like to travel a lot, so a lot of the times we go on weekend trips to like the mountains or we go to the desert. It'd be nice to have the dog be able to travel with us.
And then she threw a curveball at me that could potentially be a deal breaker.
I work at a wildlife educational facility in Ventura County, and what we do is we teach students how to work with animals that have been rescued or needed placement. So those are wild animals that just couldn't be re-released back into the wild.
Do you ever bring any of these animals home?
Yeah, occasionally we have to. Sometimes if the animals are really young and they need help being raised. We've had everything from coyotes, foxes, primates, birds, reptiles. Definitely runs the gamut of what could show up at our house at any moment.
And I'm assuming they'll have their own quarters, just in case there's a conflict.
Absolutely, yeah. So usually we keep them in a separate room. They feel safe, and I feel safe for them being around my family.
And the question in my mind is, how is Sparky going to be around these animals? And until I test Sparky, I do not have the answer for that. I have rescued a dog recently, and he does sound like he fits the profile of exactly what you're looking for. He's probably about maybe 12 to 15 pounds. He's some sort of spaniel mix. I'm just getting to know him, so I can't really tell you too much about him, but he does seem very sweet with people, very sweet with dogs. But there's a lot of testing that has to go in place here because obviously you have kids, one's a toddler, and obviously you bring animals home here and there. If he's not okay with it, it might be the wrong dog, and that's all yet to be seen.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So before I left, we all took a peek in the backyard, and I liked what I saw. So is the dog allowed in the pool?
Absolutely,
Yeah, I hope so.
yeah.
That'll be fun. I assume this is all sealed and fenced in.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were thinking about adding a doggy door over there on that white door that leads into our kitchen.
Oh, okay. I always recommend a dog door if people want dogs. Look, I like everything I see. It looks great. And I'm gonna get back to the ranch and get back to work, and I'll be in touch.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Sparky the Spaniel mix was a stubborn student, but now he's hard at work mastering the 7 common commands. Brandon thinks Sparky could be a good match for the Behar family, but first, he'll need to perform a few tests. Since Jed and Alisa have 2 young children, including a toddler, Brandon makes sure Sparky won't react to any of the pushes and pulls they might make.
All right, very simple. You ready? I'm gonna do a little of this, and a little of this, and a little of that. Good. Nothing, huh? That's what I like to see. Good.
Nothing seems to spark a reaction out of him.
And a little of that. And some of this, and some of this, and some of this, and some of that. Nope. And some of this, and a little of this, and a little of that. Good.
Nice.
Next, Brandon acclimates Sparky to children.
All you gotta do is take the treat like this, and we're gonna say, sit. Watch this.
Sit.
We're gonna say, sit. There we go, just like that. Now give it to him. Isn't that easy? There, you're a real pro now.
Whether it's taking treats or walking alongside his companions, Sparky shows he loves being around children. And by the end of the afternoon, Sparky was basking in their attention.
I mean, I think he likes kids.
But there's one more test Sparky has to pass. Since Alisa cares for animals for her job, Brandon has to make sure Sparky will be comfortable around them.
Don't worry, you'll see him. There you go.
Brandon takes Sparky around his friend's farm, introducing him to a variety of animals.
What do you think? More strange and unusual animals. They're not dogs, trust me. Come on. Come on.
With each animal he meets, Sparky shows Brandon he's perfectly content. Coming up,
Sparky!
Sparky faces his biggest obstacle yet.
He comes right up to the flap and stops. Too intimidating for you?
Sparky has come a long way at Lucky Dog Ranch, learning all 7 common commands.
Give me a sit. Good, there you go.
Now it's time for Brandon to prepare him for life with his new family. The Behars love to travel, so Sparky gets accustomed to long drives. Brandon helps build up Sparky's endurance so he can keep pace with the family's active lifestyle. And since Jed likes to fly drones in the park with the kids, Sparky gets a flying lesson. Sparky has one last barrier to break through before he's ready for his new home.
When I did the home visit of the Behar family, they mentioned they're going to put a dog door in their house. So obviously Sparky's going to have to learn how to use one. But the last thing you ever want to do is try and teach them the dog door when the flap is all the way down. It's much too intimidating for most dogs to actually walk right through that. You have to start it by lifting it all the way up. Sparky, oh, look at that. Look at that. You're already getting it. And back inside. There you go. And back out. Perfect. Now he's gotten comfortable with walking through the door. It's time to lower the flap a little more. Again, go inside. Nice. And back out here. Easy enough, right? Here.
Next, Brandon lowers the flap until only a corner is open.
All right, go get it. Go get it. There you go. And back out. Perfect. So now he's been conditioned with going through the dog door over and over. It's time to drop the flap all the way. Go get it. It's over there. It's over there. Sparky. And right as I do that, he comes right up to the flap and stops. Sparky. Too intimidating for you? This is actually very rare, but it does happen. And there's a very simple solution on how to fix this. I take a pillowcase and I cut flaps all the way up it. From there, I tape it to the top of the dog door, and the pillowcase is now the new dog door. Go get it. Go on. There you go. Not so scary now, right? Come on. Come on, all the way. Perfect, good, look at that. So from there, he starts running through the dog door over and over because he can see little open spaces. Good, perfect. And now I'm gonna put up the other side of the pillowcase that wasn't cut up back on the dog flap. The material is exactly the same, it's not cut up. So he knows he can trust walking through this one. And back out, come on. When he pushes it with his snout, it opens up for him. This is exactly what he needs to learn because this is exactly how a dog door works. All right, go inside, go get it. And Sparky, come on. Come on, go, look at that, problem solved. He now finally understands how to use a dog door. Sparky, come on, back outside, perfect, good, nice.
Lucky Dog is presented by Cosequin Joint Health Supplements. Not that long ago, 1.5-year-old Sparky was found living behind a convenience store. Brandon rescued him from the shelter and spent the past weeks preparing him for a home.
It's been a long road for Sparky, but today's a big day for him. It's the day he finally gets to meet his new forever family. When I got to their house, the whole family was in the backyard, so I decided to sneak in the backyard and give him a little surprise. Any room for us?
Oh my gosh!
Whoa, what is
Whoa.
this? Chloe, look, it's Sparky.
Oh, look at Sparky!
Look, it's Sparky,
Yeah.
he's here.
He's so cute! Hi, buddy!
Go on, buddy, say hi.
Hi, I know, it's overwhelming.
When Sparky first came, we were very excited. He just seemed to kind of fit into our family.
He's so easy to instantly love, and our kids loved him.
There we go. Oh, you ate it! There you go. I did it. High five.
He's just everything that I had hoped for in a dog.
Seeing Chloe and Nathan with our first dog was so exciting. Chloe has been asking for a dog forever.
He doesn't want to let go. Having a dog is something that we've always wanted for our kids, so that they can grow together and they can love the dog and learn responsibility at the same time. Whoa.
Oh, Donata's got it.
Oh, man. Uh-oh.
Careful, careful.
So good with children.
Be gentle.
I let them all finish having their moment, and then we had to take care of a little business. Obviously, there's some animals here that Sparky has to meet.
What was really great was that Brandon was able to adjust Sparky to the fact that I might have to have exotic animals here from time to time. And so we tried him with the ferrets here, and he seemed to be amazing with them.
They're so good. They're getting along fine.
Is that it, Sparky?
Hey, Sparks. What do you think?
Wow.
I know. They're a little crazy.
Wow.
I agree.
Whoa.
There's also a pool that we have to make sure that he's safe in. Right there, good, good.
Brandon gives Sparky a life-saving lesson to make sure he knows how to get out of the pool.
Pick it up now. Together we showed Sparky where the steps were.
Sparky!
There you go, there you go. Good, good, good. See? And time and again, he was going to those steps. Sparky, there you go. Good boy, right here.
Good boy!
There you go. Good boy, Sparks. Good boy. All the way. All the way. There you go. Good boy. All the way.
man.
Perfect. Come here. Good boy. Goodbye, no. And that's what finally convinced me that he was ready for a wardrobe change. Much better color on you.
Sparky has earned his green graduation collar.
Think you guys would take it from here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were so excited.
Yeah.
We love him.
Really grateful. Thank you so much for helping us.
Well, he's all yours. Take care. So long, Sparky. Be good. All right, guys. In such a short time period, Sparky went through a lot in his young life. He was living as a homeless dog on the streets, only to end up locked up behind bars, with time quickly running out.
But when one door closes, another opens.
Now he can look forward to new memories as he grows up with Chloe and Nathan in his new forever home.
From hopeless to a home. That's my mission. One dog at a time.